There was once a young woman named Alara. She lived a busy life, always chasing something. A better job, a better house, a better version of herself. On the outside, she seemed successful, but deep inside, she was tired of pretending, tired of controlling everything. One morning, as she rushed to leave for work, she accidentally dropped her favorite cup. It shattered into a dozen tiny pieces. She froze. Her heart sank. That cup was a gift from her late mother, the only thing she had left from her. Alara knelt down and whispered to herself, "Why does this always happen to me? I just wanted one peaceful day." Tears filled her eyes as she looked at the broken pieces scattered on the floor. She thought about how her life felt exactly like that shattered, messy, impossible to fix. Later that evening, she went to a nearby park to clear her mind. There, she met an old woman sitting quietly, feeding birds with a small smile on her face. Alara sat down next to her and sighed deeply. "How are you always so calm?" she asked softly. "Everything in my life feels like it's falling apart." The old woman looked at her and said gently, "Do you know what happens to a broken cup in Japan?" Alara looked confused. "No. What happens?" The woman smiled. "They don't throw it away. They fix it with gold. It's called Kintsugi. The cracks aren't hidden, they're highlighted with beauty. Because what was once broken becomes more precious for having been broken." Alara sat silently. Her eyes widened a little. For a moment, she imagined her own life. All the pain, the disappointments, the mistakes as cracks that could be filled with gold, the woman continued. "You see, my dear, peace doesn't come when everything is perfect. It comes when you learn to see beauty in imperfection. When you stop asking why it broke and start asking what it taught you." Alara smiled faintly. The wind brushed her hair, and for the first time in a long time, she felt something different, not happiness exactly, but a quiet kind of peace. When she went back home, the broken cup was still lying on the table. She sat beside it, and instead of throwing it away, she began to collect each piece carefully. Piece by piece, she glued them back, not to make it perfect again, but to remind herself of what the old woman had said. When it finally stood whole again with visible cracks, she smiled. "Maybe," she whispered, "life isn't about keeping things unbroken. Maybe it's about loving them even when they are." Days turned into weeks. Alara still faced challenges, work stress, loneliness, small disappointments, but she didn't react the same way anymore. Every time something went wrong, she remembered the Kintsugi cup. She learned to breathe through pain instead of fighting it, to pause before complaining, to thank life even when it felt unfair. She started journaling her thoughts, writing one line every morning. "I am learning to be at peace, even when things aren't perfect." And slowly, her life began to change. Not because the world became easier, but because she became softer. We often think peace means silence, no problems, no heartbreaks, no mistakes. But that's not peace. That's a dream that never comes true. Real peace is when you can sit with your own broken pieces and still smile. When you stop blaming life for being imperfect and start thanking it for teaching you through every crack. That night, before sleeping, Alara placed the golden-lined cup near her window. The moonlight fell upon it beautifully, each crack glowing like a soft reminder. She smiled and whispered, "I am not broken anymore. I am beautifully repaired." Life lesson. Peace doesn't mean perfection. It means learning to love your flaws, forgive your past, and accept that even broken things can still be beautiful.